So I want to talk about something that's been sitting in my head for a long time. And this is just me thinking out loud. It's not me teaching actually, because I'm still in the process myself. But the more calls I take, the more people I talk to, the more I realize something very important. There is a massive difference between someone who sounds like a closer and someone who is really a closer. And that difference has nothing to do with scripts. And I know this might even sound a little bit weird coming from someone in sales. And from the get-go, I'm making this video mainly for two reasons. The first one, I wish someone has explained this to me earlier in my journey. And the second reason is I am currently living this shift that I'm gonna be talking about. And I'm not here to say do this and not do this. I'm just documenting what I've noticed as I'm growing. For a long time, I thought like being a closer means saying the right things. Right tonality, right structure, and right objection responses. And don't get me wrong, those things are important, but they are not the thing. Because when I first started taking calls, I was really obsessed with scripts. I would literally feel safer knowing what to say next. And honestly, I think that's normal. Because when you are new into this industry, into sales overall, the script feels like control. But here is what started happening. Whenever the call went out of the script, even just slightly, I started feeling that internal panic. Like, oh shit, I don't know what to say next, somewhere along the line. And the prospect feels it, like even if they don't know it consciously. So let me define what I mean by a scripted closer without judgment. A scripted closer, it's not something bad. It is just something that is early. A scripted closer relies on his memory than his presence in the call. They're focused more on saying the right things than actually understanding the prospects that they're actually talking to. They're listening, but they're not really listening. And they actually wait for some keywords like budget, time, partner, and the moment they hear those kind of keywords, they switch automatically into the response mode, the things that they memorize. And me personally, I remember a specific call that changed completely the way I do sales. And that prospect, it wasn't like really difficult. It was not rude, it was not like objection aggressively or something like that. They were just disconnected. And I did everything the right way. I handled objection, I reframed the call, I handled and pre-handled objections, and still no close. And when the call ended, I was just sitting there by myself. And for the first time, like, I didn't blame the prospect itself. I asked myself a very hard question. Was I actually present in the call? That's when I realized something. Like, most closers are actually performing in their own calls. They're acting like confidently, they're acting calm, they're acting certain. But real closers, they don't act. They are. And what doesn't come from a script, it comes actually from clarity itself. And here is what I noticed on the closers that are actually closing consistently. They don't rush. They are more than okay with silence. They don't try to win an argument. They don't chase the close. They let the prospects arrive there itself. And they ask better questions that they actually give a better answers. And most importantly, they are not attached to the outcome. I'm not saying like the scripts are useless. Scripts are structure, are framework, but structure without understanding is empty. The script should support you, not replace you as a closer. And once I started hiding behind the scripts, I started learning faster in the field. And here is the real difference between scripted closer and the real closer. A scripted closer always asks, what should I ask next? And a real closer asks, what does this person needs to say right now? A scripted closer tries to control the conversation. A real closer leads it. Scripts are external and real closer is internal. If your internal state is not solid, no other kind of script can save you. But if your internal state is stronger, you don't even need a script. On myself, I'm still working on this. Some days I feel like I locked in, some days I don't. But I know for sure I'd rather be real and improving than polished and stuck. And if you are still watching this, you are probably someone who cares about mastering this skill. So here is my ask to you. If this resonated with you, you can like the video and comment below where are you exactly in your journey. And if you are also someone who is documenting, not pretending to be perfect, you can subscribe. We are building something real here. I'll see you in the next one.